So today is upper body day. So the first thing I like to do is just open up, prepare the shoulders, right? Because staying all day, the computer, staying in the sitting at a desk, makes you hunch over and then end up like closes your shoulders. So a very good thing for that is just hanging, right? Ideally, I would love to do this throughout the day, but this is the second best. So beginning and end of an upper body day, just do hanging and just chill here, right? So just hanging here, just making sure that I open the arms, right? And so to go into each arm, like just stretch all this. And rotate as well. This stretches the shoulders very, very well. Right, and then I like to pair these with the opposite. So now we were hanging, so basically pull away and stretches everything. Now I want to train the stabilizers on the shoulder. So what I just hang here, like play around with this handstand position, which is the exact same position as in hanging, but the forces are the opposite. Right, so before I was stretching and now I'm compressing and I'm practicing shoulder stability, right? This also helps me maintain my handstand without much training. Right, obviously if you can do a handstand, this will be hard, but you can always do it with the wall only. And then three rounds of this will get us warm up. Here, just play, engage the scapula. These are not CrossFit pull-ups, but this helps me engage the scapula, right? And then we'll proceed to go do bench press. And this, by the way, is very, very useful as well, because while I train this, I'm basically warming up and opening my shoulders, the upper body, etc. But you get abs for free, right? Like just standing upright, like holding the handstand, holding the hang, it gives you you train the core. So that's the reason why I don't train core specifically. It's more of a, by doing these exercises, it just gets trained automatically. So as everybody know, Monday is the Universal Chest Day, and it says in the holy book of every major religion you have to go to the gym to bench press. And we are no sinners here, so here we are. but you want a balanced life, so we'll do rows as well to do the back. Let's see what we can find. Let's see if we don't blow the mic up by the swindling movement. Really don't know how much this weighs, just feeling, because everything is in pounds and sometimes it's everything missing. So let's go. Alright, so you might be thinking this is cheating, like the form is cheating, and in a way it is, but it really depends on what you're trying to improve, right? If you want to have like a very strict target lats, then for sure it's cheating. But I want to train power, and I want to train like this movement. So I want to train the entire lower back and the entire back. So by using power, using momentum, I'm able to train explosiveness. If you're just starting, I would not try this. I would get used to it. But when you're comfortable, a lot more interesting. And then I like to superset with bench press, otherwise the routine takes forever. So this way I'm very, very efficient. Push, pull, and then done with it quickly. Let's go. And sparkling water for extra power. This is a routine I've been doing for about a year. It really works great. I don't think it's the best for beginners. I wouldn't do it because a few things. So the way I'm doing the bench press is a bit I'm moving too fast, right? Because I'm trying to get explosive. I'm trying to do a lot of reps. I'm not trying to increase my muscle mass too much. I'm aiming for power. For beginners, definitely the way to go is slow and controlled, making sure that everything is good. Same with the rows. For a beginner, I would do a proper row, slow, controlled, good. But for me, I really don't want more size. I think I'm already too big. So I'm aiming for power, and yeah, really aiming for power, aiming for stamina, and to be fair, you increase strength by doing things fast. But yeah, that's really what I'm aiming for. So a couple of sets to go. Let's go. So another reason to do these rows as I do them instead of normal row is for normal row you would go straight here, right? Which targets the back very well. But by doing these rows the way I do them, so I pull and I try to bring them to the side, which forces me to do this movement. So top of the back, I get the rear part of the shoulder, rotator cuff. Stimulated as well, so it gives me more bang for my back. They're very safe. They're very safe if you know how to do them properly. If you don't know how to do them properly, you'll hurt yourself, because seen a lot of people doing it, and then like they just bring the arm back too much, something like that. So it takes a bit of time to learn. Once you learn, a very good exercise. I originally learned this from Chinese weightlifters, Lu Xiaojun in particular, and like the others, I don't really know the names, but yeah, like these people look like superhumans, like comic superheroes, and they're obviously natural because they need to compete in the Olympics. They just do a lot of these things. They're not bodybuilders. So now we're doing perfect pull-ups and typewriter push-ups, because doing only weights, it's good, but it's pretty, like if you do it too much, like weights force you to do a very rigid movement pattern. So I like to mix it up with body weight. Like, to be fair, that's a great strategy for almost any training. Like if you do any type of training, no matter how good, if you do it for too long, it will cause injuries, mostly overuse injuries. So mix it up. At the beginning, stick to the same plan, then over time start to add things up. So now I'm doing typewriter push-ups, and then pull-ups. So the point of these pull-ups is I can just bang out pull-ups like 15, 20. These ones are very slow, very controlled. So over the years, like doing very heavy pull-ups, adding weight, etc. Like my right shoulder in particular is very like a little bit hunched over, so I need to be very careful about the forms. Just doing them controlled helps with that. But in any way, like if you think they're easy, I dare you to do more than 10 when we talk. So another reason that I like these ones, more so after doing the bench press before, is that this one I have to like basically use a big range of motion on my shoulder, right? As opposed to the bench press, which is like very rigid, very on the same plane. This one gives me a lot more freedom. So like it helps with longevity, it helps with health. And like at the end of the day, like I've been working out for 15 years. Like now I'm still kind of young, but I'm 28. Like the older I get, the more I realize I need to pay attention to health and being in shape, because otherwise I won't be doing this for long, and I want to be doing this until I'm 70, 80, right? So you have to. Right, let's go. And another reason is, you know why gymnasts, like Olympic gymnasts, have so huge biceps? It's not because of doing a lot of bicep curls, it's because of the straight arm movements. When I do those, and then I have to keep the arm straight, like the bicep is protecting my elbow. So you could get injured with those pretty easily, but if you can control them, great potential to grow the biceps. Again, don't be silly, don't injure yourself. So something that I've noticed lately in my own training, that's different from a beginner routine or my own routine years ago. It's like now I don't really care about growing too much. Like there's a point where it becomes too much. It's a point when you don't need to do more, you need to do better. And like I don't have the aim to compete or something like that. So now most of the main exercises are done, and now it's time for the treats, right? So it's a finisher. I like to do two types of finishers. So first one is going to be just lateral raises, pure for looks, right? Just for looks, like developing the shoulders. So and then I like to pair these with hanging, but for this hanging I like to use straps because I don't want the grip to be involved. I just want to hang for as long as possible. Right. I'm talking about the lateral raises. The reason I think so many people think the shoulders are such an important part of a physique is, if you think about it, in ancient times you'd have the warriors of the tribe, and those would be like the killers, the strongest men in the tribe would be carrying heavy swords and heavy shields, right? So that would develop the shoulders. So anything that involves like basically swinging around a heavy item with your hands is going to develop those muscles, which are like intrinsically attractive. So that's the reason why I like to do lateral raises. And here, there's a massive difference. Yes, hanging, and if I engage the core, and now I feel my left shoulder like being stretched, like borderline painful, though I try to avoid that. But this opens up, this compensates for all the lifting that I've done throughout the session, keeps me healthy. Now we're gonna do this 3 times, we go home.